smell of the sea air, the sound of the waves and the feel of sand underfoot. We are drawn to the sea. And on a typical British summer's day, when the skies are grey, rain is in the air and streams of sunlight burst through the clouds, then somehow it feels raw and powerful. And it's this combination that we as photographers love.
Apart from the wind, conditions today are pretty much perfect for what I want to do. And I've come down to a beach, it's about an hour and a half away from home. And I've almost got it to myself. There's a few people out walking their dogs and there's a couple of fishermen over there hoping to get a catch. But other than that, this is just a perfect day out.
This is what I'm here to photograph, the 188-year-old low lighthouse at Burnham-on-Sea. When I arrive at a new location, I like to take a bit of time and search for interesting compositions. And this is something you really should do, especially if it's your first time there. Just slow it down, observe the scene in front of you, look at the different angles, the shapes and the light. When I have my first composition, I'll set up my camera and work on that image. However, my first image isn't always my best. This first image is often just the base on which to develop and improve. And it's a chance for me to get my eye in and connect with the subject, which is so important. When setting up this shot, I wondered what the lighthouse would look like if high tide was in. Imagine the lighthouse stood isolated, surrounded by water. So I'm definitely coming back to capture that. But for now, I'll happily settle for the wet sand and pools of water.
This is my first shot of the day. I really like this shot. It's very, very simple. I've got the lighthouse in the center of the frame and I've got this lovely pool of water in front of it. So you should get a nice reflection when this wind dies down. And it has been dying down. So, you know, fingers crossed. Settings wise, I'm on a 40th of a second. It's fine. I'm on a wide angle lens anyway and on a tripod. And I'm on f16. And I'm on f16 because I really want to maximize my depth of field from this pool of water to the lighthouse. So in terms of focus, where I've focused, I can do it two ways here. I could either focus about 2/3 into the image to make sure that everything appears to be sharp, so I have that depth of field, or I could focus on the lighthouse itself. That would also work. What I usually prefer, I prefer to focus about 2/3 into the image, and that for me works generally very well. Let's see how we get on. So just found another really good composition here. Got this nice bit of driftwood in the foreground and the lighthouse in the background there. I'll probably edit this into square format, I think, because I think that really suits it, where I can have that bit of driftwood on the third and then, you know, have the lighthouse sort of bang in the centre again. And I think that really is probably the strongest composition here. In terms of settings, again, I'm on 80th of a second, f14. I want that good depth of field. The driftwood is quite close to the lens, so I may have to focus stack this, but I'm going to see how it goes anyway. I mean, f14, f16, you know, if I focus about 2/3 in, it should be okay. Let's just see how that looks. Something about being by the sea that really soothes the soul, and I've had a really good relaxing day today. It's been really good actually. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully made some good images, and there's still more to do. I've got a couple more images I want to go and take, and I may even do a little bit of cheeky infrared photography, so I'll pop them up for you now.